Why are cats always so careful to be on their best behavior? Because they don't want any bad marks to go on their permanent record. Welcome to the stream, my friends. Happy Friday, and thank you very much for being with us tonight. We have Dead Zergling first in chat, Lucent Jelly, and Master Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for the 55 stream streak Tuesday. Keeping it alive. We've got a couple really impressive streaks going on right now. I do believe Zergling is in the lead, getting close to 70. Tuesday close behind, and probably Greg's Retro Channel is probably in third place. But thank you for being here, my friends. I hope that your weekends are getting off to a great start. We are playing Bubsy 3D. And monster that I am going for all the collectibles in this game. Thank you for the coffee, Jelly. It's way too hot to take a drink of, so I'm gonna just wait a little while on that. Let's go ahead and load up our save file and jump right in tonight. This is the only game we're playing tonight. I think we're on our next to last night with this game. That was definitely a Frownie joke. That's all I've got. So we've got three. It looks like 3 stages left. I don't know if there's a page 2 to this or not. For all I know, there could be a whole 24 more levels. But I'm pretty sure there's not. Pretty sure it's just this page. Although the one thing is that the bottom right square down there is not a boss square. Or maybe it is, but there are rockets under it. The two bosses there, the 2 stages with no rockets, that's not because I didn't collect them. That's, at least I think. No, because they're not grayed out like the other ones are. There's no rockets there. Those are boss stages. So I would expect the very last one to be a boss stage too, but there are rockets there. So that implies to me there's more than what I see. But who knows. I'd like to do 2 stages tonight, my friends. So, probably a bit of a shorter stream, especially since we started late. I'm expecting to go about 4 hours. 2 hours per stage. But, we'll see what it's like. No bosses for the finale is kind of odd. Yeah, so I don't expect that we can actually see the final stage. I expect that the screen will scroll and there will be more levels, or maybe the final boss level just isn't displayed. Maybe after you finish the final level on the menu, it takes you automatically to the last boss, but it's never selectable. That could be the case. But we are collecting all the rockets. We're doing 100% playthrough, and we are doing better than that because we are also going for 100% of the atoms. And by 100%, I mean we're going for 200 on every level. And the thing about that is that there are actually more than 200 atoms on each stage. Well, there are more than 200 atoms on most stages. I don't know if that's true for every stage. But the official count is 200 per stage, so as long as we hit 200 at a minimum, then I'm counting that as all the atoms. 100% of the atoms is theoretically debatably higher than the count that we're going for. I got robbed there. I got robbed. A sparrow, welcome in. I wasn't quick enough on the draw because I thought the next time I saw you, my friend, I was going to address you as a extra round vowel, the dragoon. Get it? A spare O. Welcome in, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the resub. My goodness, 33 months, Sparrow. Thank you very much. That's almost a year. Very much appreciated. Very glad to see you. I hope you've been doing well, my friend. I've thought about you. I haven't been lucky enough to see you for a bit, but you have been on my mind. Help, my Commodore Amiga thinks it's capable of 3D and tried to make a game. So yeah, Bubsy 3D. I actually really like this game. I know I'm not supposed to. It has a horrible reputation, but I don't know. I can't help myself. Something about it. I really like this game. That's not to say that it's good, because it's not. It's a pretty terrible game, and it's awfully frustrating sometimes. There's sometimes I really hate this game. But the majority of the time, I really like it. Even when I hate it, I kind of like it. Something is broken. Something is broken inside of me. Oh, that jump is gonna be not good. How awesome would it be if there were as many levels as there are atoms? 200 to 210 of them. I mean, I wouldn't complain. It would probably drive everyone else out of their minds, but I think I would be happy. I think I would be happy to play this for another. How long do you think that would take me? 6 months? Now here I'm in a bad situation because these are not lining up well. I'm gonna bleed lives away like you wouldn't believe. My life has certainly been busy lately, Sparrow says. Hope you've been doing great. Definitely out of sight, but not out of mind. And I come back to this, and all I could think is, oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I can't exactly defend this game, but I can enjoy it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this. These platforms never line up in a way that's manageable. I've lost, what, 5 lives already to these platforms? We're gonna game over because I can't get off this island. Why? Bubsy, why? Stop it. We haven't had a game over yet. It is inevitable that we will. We will 100% have a game over. I think you can only do it the very first time when you get up here and you very first see the platforms. I think that's the only time that they'll ever line up in a useful way. Because they're basically set to be impossible. Yeah, if I jump at that one while it's moving away, which is my only option, mind you, then yeah. Then I can't do it because I always fall in the water. So I don't know. I guess I'm just resigned to game over. Pretty awful. Pretty awful to be in this situation so early tonight. It's very upsetting. Sounds good to me. Unlimited Bubsy, Zerkling says. Had a silly amount of chili tonight, and not a lot else. Felt way more satiated than I ever wanted to be. Jelly and I had egg rolls. We made a whole bunch of egg rolls with a Thai basil pork style filling. They were very good. They're very good. I ate a whole lot of them. I had like, I don't know, 7 or 8 egg rolls. I lost count. This is impossible. This is impossible. No one can do this. I'm gonna prove it by never doing it. Oh my goodness. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I'm never gonna get off this island. Hey, Bort Jams, good evening. This is a horrible way to start the night. A horrible way to start the night. All I do is say nice things about Bubsy 3D, and all it does is torment me. Doing good. Got my Garfield newspaper comic from March 28th, 2020. Herald Sun in Australia. Still uncut. It's been a very long time since I've read Garfield comics. I used to enjoy them when I was real young. I even had like some of the anthology books. But I've not kept up with Garfield. And I don't buy/read newspapers, so my opportunities for seeing new Garfield strips are very limited. But I would consider 2020 new. I haven't read them in so very long. 2020 is very much new to me. Oh, we did it. We're off the island, but I haven't hit a checkpoint yet, so I'm not celebrating. I wouldn't be celebrating anyway, because I'm annoyed right now. I don't celebrate when a game annoys me. On principle. Hopefully we can come back for this ring, because I'm gonna not pick it up. If I have to pick it up now, then it's basically wasted, so... because I have no idea where I should use it. Really appreciate how they're putting all these atoms real close to the water. Thank you, Thank you for that, Bubsy. Thank you for being really mean in every possible way right now. It's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long night, my friends. I said we're gonna stream for about 4 hours tonight. It's gonna be a long 4 hours. It's gonna be 4 hours on the clock, but it's gonna feel like 40 hours. I don't know why that, I don't know why they had to make that atom. That atom right there is hovering over the water, so there's literally no way to grab it. The only way to get it is with that ring of atoms that I refuse to pick up for the time being, because I don't want to waste them. Because we'll lose them when I die. There's a difference. So there's a difference between collectible atoms and projectile atoms in this game. A ring of atoms, like the one that I skipped down there, is those are projectile atoms. Those are different from collectible atoms. This game is so ridiculous that it has two different items that are the same item. Just to maximize confusion. Would that say new platform? I don't know where that would have spawned. Probably up above, though. Hey, here we go. What I like about this game is it was right on the precipice of home 3D gaming. It seems to have drawn on all concepts we thought we knew about what a 3D game should be from the 16-bit era. Games like Stellar 7, Elite, Stunt Car Racer, and those 3D pool games. You have named 4 games, Sparrow, that I have no experience with. Early flight sims. Sort of overlay them over a 32-bit system, somehow expecting the results to magically be vastly improved. So this game was in development before, but it released after Super Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64. So that's the world that this game inhabits. So it's definitely a product of an era before 3D platforming was figured out, but it released at an area. But it released in an era after 3D platforming had begun to be mastered. So poor Bubsy 3D is poor Bubsy 3D is a strange case. It looks like a tech demo. That it does. So someone told me that the game apparently runs in a higher resolution than PlayStation games normally do. And because of that, the developers ran out of memory, so they couldn't include textures. Or, you know, they couldn't include very many textures because the higher resolution ate up all their memory. So that's part of why it looks as bad as it does. I like the idea that 3D means pure geometry. Yeah. It does very much look like a tech demo. It looks like... basically it looks like every, welcome to the internet, animation. Every instructional computer tape from this era has animation that looks exactly like this game. Just remember not to pick up your phone, or those 7 hours that you spent downloading that JPEG will have to be restarted. So unlike real life, there is only one type of atom IRL, of course. I don't know how strongly we want to argue that video games need to parallel the real world, or that the extent to which they do is acceptable. If I ride that spider to wherever it goes, I have no way of knowing whether or not that's a one-way trip. And in fact, it's probably safer to assume it's a one-way trip than that it is not. Could be worse, Frownie. Could be exactly the same item, but since it's a different color, you can't collect it until you come back later under specific circumstances. Oh, the old DK64. I hate this game. I hate this game. You see what it did to me? I was moving out of the way, but it didn't matter. I had my own projectile lock onto me to damage me. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. That's why no one can play this game, Bubsy. No one can play your game because you annoy everyone all the time. Hey, final welcome in. This game makes me want to ram something. Let's hit the checkpoint. Oh, okay. Never mind. Let's just die instead. That's just as good. Again, I'm so annoyed. So annoyed. I can't believe it. Why did I take damage, huh? I jump on the enemy. The enemy is supposed to take damage, not me. Not in this game. See, that's my fault. That's a situation where I deserve to take damage. That wasn't. Oh my goodness. I fell in the water because the camera angle was bad. Get me out of here. Why does our game look so basic compared to every other game released on this platform? RAM, yes, RAM must be our limitation. Our game is so complex in other areas, we must have exhausted the available RAM. The more I observe, the more I'm convinced the texture limitation was damage control. This seems more like how you can feel deep down something isn't right and you should give up, but you keep going. You might be right. You might be right. Are you talking about... Are you... Deep down you feel something isn't right, but you keep going. Are you talking about the game, Sparrow, or are you talking about my stream? If I ever replay DK64, I'm doing it with the game modded so I can swap Kongs wherever I want, Tuesday says. DK64 is a game that I am a bit intimidated to play on the stream. We're definitely going to do it one day, but I can't say that I'm looking forward to it without an asterisk next to the statement. I think it's finally hit Frownie while this game is the lowest rated PlayStation 1 game. Deep breaths, ultimate patience. The thing about that is, I don't think that anyone that maligns this game has made it past the first boss. I think if you put in enough time to make it at least that far, you get used to this game by that point. And you're ready to keep going. Oh, I understand this level a bit better now. Oh boy, that's the sound of my favorite enemy. Very glad to hear that noise.
Look, I'm a room competition.
I know the spider can't take me anywhere. I just want to stand on it for a moment so I can get the lay of the land. Where are all the platforms? They all despawned. The game, don't you dare, Sparrow says. Did you see the chili con carne image I posted in your Discord? I still haven't got answers, and I need them? I don't remember, Sparrow. I don't remember. If it was... I'm assuming it was something that was posted a while back. But I think it's been too long. I think it's left my brain. Oh, yeah. No, chocolate is, no, people add chocolate to chili. That's not an odd thing, actually. Usually it's like a dark chocolate. I think the image you posted was like Hershey's milk chocolate, which that is a little odd. Usually it's a higher quality dark chocolate. But no, that's definitely 100% a common thing. People will drop a chunk of chocolate into like stews too, like I think like beef Bourguignon will have chocolate in it sometimes. Like, it's not something that you can notice. You would never, you know, like a giant brick of milk chocolate like that is odd. Like the picture you showed, but the principle of adding a small chunk of a dark chocolate to a stew or a soup is not really that odd. But it should be something where, like, you would never really be able to identify it was in there. It just sort of you know, makes it sort of richer. A long way. It's a long-winded way of saying, yeah, that picture is a strange version of a completely legitimate thing. If I'm remembering it correctly. Hey Chozo, welcome in, and Greg, welcome in. Hope you're both doing great today, my friends. Bubsy 3D has got me. Bubsy 3D's got me a little on the ropes tonight. I'm starting off bad. I'm starting off real bad. I'm really annoyed. I'm really annoyed at this game right now. And it's not getting better. It's not getting better. Oh, I hate this enemy so much. I hate this enemy so much. It's impossible to deal with. I was expecting Ape Escape. Nah, Ape Escape just one night a week. We'll do Ape Escape again next week. We actually might be able to do Ape Escape more than one night next week, because it's going to be well, it depends on how many levels of Bubsy I'm able to finish. Right now it's looking like 0, so ignore that. Isn't chili chocolate type sauces very popular in Spain and Mexico, Chozo says. I can't say exactly, but I think like a mole sauce is like a chili sauce with chocolate, with a sort of heavy chocolate element. But I'm not super well educated. So take that with a bit of a grain of salt. I'm slightly not surprised, as I had an ex from the US who showed me how to make barbecue sauce with instant coffee. I think, yeah, coffee is something that you can put in, yeah. Yeah, I mean, instant coffee barbecue sauce is, again, like, sounds a little bit strange to me. But coffee as an ingredient and, like, a barbecue seasoning, like a dry rub, is definitely a concept I'm familiar with, so yeah. I'm getting annoyed trying to transfer save files from my old Switch to the new one. I don't really know that process. I've only... That's not true. I was going to say I've only had the one Switch, but that's not true. I've actually had two, but I didn't do any transferring of files. My first Switch was stolen, and when that happened, I just lost everything on it. He's from Pennsylvania, if that means anything. He's a funny one, still in touch. A while there, he was baking cakes for a living, I can only imagine. Well, he might, be a lot more knowledgeable than me in all areas of cooking in that case. The internet connection won't stay connected. I can imagine that's a big problem. How am I doing? Am I down to like, yeah, 5 lives? This is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Awesome. The spider disappeared so that I... Oh, I'm mad. Alright, wherever that spider goes is something I'm just never gonna know. I'm just never gonna know where that spider goes. I wanted to follow it to the end of its journey, but I don't have enough lives. I don't have enough lives to mess about any further. I've done everything I can do. My curiosity will never be satisfied. Cool. That's probably what I need. We're gonna have to do this level multiple times. I need to go back to an earlier level and farm some lives after this level. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Bubsy 3D. Bubsy 3D. Why you like this game? Why are you like this? No one can like you. No matter what you do, no one can like you. Don't wipe me out. Hey, Christian Cool, welcome in. Thank you for the alert. Hope you're doing well tonight. I'm playing Bubsy 3D. That's how I'm doing. I've made some bad decisions lately. Some of the platforms do look kind of close to the water, but maybe more on the stream end than on my end. I don't really have much of a problem with that. I don't feel like. Hey, Buddha Fingers, welcome in. 2 streams in a row. That's almost a year. No, I don't have any food items available right now. They're turned off for a while. I'm trying to get my room down here cleaned up and organized. So I'm using all the space around where I stream as staging area. So I'm not keeping the food here. And I'm not going to move it back and forth every night just for the redemptions. So no wheel, no pistachios for a while. Excuse me. If I ever get cleaned up and organized, then we'll be back to business as usual with those. In the meantime, just enjoy the vacation and save up some channel points. Round things are apparently banned while playing Bubsy 3D. Can do. I'm gonna die. Bubsy 3D. Why did I play this game? I want to be happy with my decision.
Would have killed Arnold.
I thought for sure that one over there was going to be a breakable wall. I started reading Final's comment, and then, I don't know, Buddha commented while I was, like, blinking or something. So I read, just smile real big the whole time you play. Fake it till you roulette wheel. I was thinking, I don't think that's the saying. What? I couldn't piece that together in my mind. I'm a bit of a wheelaholic. I am deathly afraid of the roulette wheel. You don't mean the stream roulette wheel, do you? You mean casino roulette wheels? Or both? The horizontal one. I've never played roulette. I've never played most casino games. I'm not much for gambling. It's exactly what I meant, Final says. Fake it till you roulette wheel. Words to live by. Bubsy 3D has me feeling so incredibly ill-tempered. It's pretty remarkable. It's pretty remarkable how bent out of shape I feel playing this tonight. It's even worse than last time.
Stupid, a bad name.
I haven't been at it for nearly as long. I always wanted to spin the big wheel and the Price is Right. I've been dreaming of jumping to grab it high and give it the old body weight big spin. One of my relatives was on the Price is Right as a contestant, but it wasn't the regular Price is Right. They did a prime time version of the Price is Right once upon a time. And one of my relatives was a contestant on it. One of my uncles. I don't remember how much he won. I know the game he played was, I believe the game he played was Plinko, which is like the game everyone wants to play, right? So that's pretty fortunate. The thing about Plinko, though, is that it's basically impossible to win. Like, to really win, to get the maximum dollar value. Because you have to land in the same spot with every one of your chips. And that's not going to happen.
Ay, caramba.
And irrational fears of the handles colliding with my head and passing out on TV for the world to see, Sparrow said. I mean, I would be more afraid of being knocked out on in itself rather than... I mean, at that point, I don't really care who sees. I just don't want to be knocked out. Wonder if there have been people who took a spill spinning the wheel? Probably. It's probably common with every game show, but one of the quirks I learned at least about the prime time version of The Price is Right is you don't actually get the prizes that you win until your episode airs. If they don't air your episode, you never get your winnings. Or at least with that show. That's what I believe my uncle told me anyway. Is that the Facebook logo? I don't know what symbol you're referring to, Buddha Fingers. Is the Facebook logo, is it a blue F? I haven't seen it in so long. I don't actually remember. I couldn't draw it from memory. It's a white. There's a white F in a blue box surrounded by lightning. Oh, so this down here, the lightning symbol down there. I think that's a lightning bolt surrounded by more lightning. It does kind of look like a lowercase f from a distance, though. I will give you that. I don't remember there being lightning in the Facebook logo, though. I could not have told you that. Speaking of lightning, I should probably pick this up. How am I doing on lives? 1 life? 4 lives? Better than I thought for now.
Stupid is as stupid does.
I didn't use that to my best advantage. This is the exit. That's not good. That's not good at all. Fifteen things left. I'm calling my lawyer and the president, Final says, because of the game show prize situation. Yeah, I recall him, my uncle sharing something about being uncertain, like they were uncertain for a long time because they didn't whether or not they would get their winnings because they had to wait for the episode to air.
I hope you know what
Foreshadowing the future? If you think this game looks bleak, Sparrow says, wait till social media takes hold of society. I can't make these jumps. I can't do it, and I don't have any lives left. But I might as well. I might as well do it, because there's no sense in leaving the level. I haven't gained any permanent collectibles. Get ready. We're going to see what the game over screen looks like. No idea about that stipulation. Probably makes sense, as the network probably pays out, not the production. Well, and it's like, I guess I figure it's like, it's the advertisement that, like, Like the money made from ads is what makes producing a game show worthwhile in the first place, right? And if the episode doesn't air, then you don't get any ad revenue. So why would you want to why would you want to incur a cost into an item like that doesn't produce the money it's supposed to? 3 lives. I have to do this whole thing on 3 lives. This is never going to happen. This is never going to happen. Imagine having the game work to your advantage, and the network says, "We're not airing that. You'll get too much." Well, here's something I wonder. Because, like, sometimes, like, you see, like, what happens when we quit? What happens when you, like, sometimes you see shows that are, like, the compilations of, like, most interesting game show moments and stuff like that. Or you used to. I don't think that's something they still produce anymore. But then, like, they might show, like, you know, here's some footage that was never aired. But what if you're included in that footage that was never aired? Do they then owe you the prize that they never gave you 15 years ago when you were on the game show and they canceled your episode? Wait a minute. I did once upon a time see the inside of Nielsen. They record all broadcasts everywhere because they report to purchasers if their ads aired or not, breaking news, emergency tests, ends of sports games, all sorts of things can throw the schedule. You want a brand new Suzuki Sidekick. Now we've got to find one. Oh, Bubsy 3D. Why? Alright, well, it's going to be a miracle if I clear a single level tonight. I see that. Even with 19 lives. The continue option is a huge mistake. When we can just quit and restart our save file. Beware the 4 FPS rectangles representing a fan or a windmill or a propeller. I mean, on the one hand, I appreciate the joke that the polygons are too vague for you to tell with certainty what something is, but on the other hand, I don't know that I can distinguish between those items in real life, so... The indictment of the game is a little watered down. Wait a minute, where am I supposed to go? Over there. This is just for these, okay. And wait till Frownie gets to Bubsy VR, then we're in for a real treat.
Shaken, not stirred.
Those out-of-sync platforms there where I wasted 100,000 lives before are a lot easier if you just use the glide move. It's like Bubsy's signature move. It makes life so much easier, and it took me forever to think to use it. Dactyl Nightmare? I don't know what that is. Oh, we don't need any grass texture, Sparrow. We're clearly inside of a city, so... What's a plant?
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid does.
Concrete there. Yeah, you got me. I can't hand wave that one away. I tried Bubsy 3D. I tried to defend you. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it, Bubsy 3D. I'm so good to you, and you're so mean to me. It was an early VR game from '91. Required a huge helmet, hand controllers. Stood you in a ring so you just couldn't walk out. I think I remember an episode of the Superman TV show where they got trapped in VR. I don't remember how it played out, but... it was certainly of the times. I think there was like a Power Rangers knockoff too. That was like VR Rangers. I never watched that show, but I had one of the figures from it when I was a kid.
Tubular.
I'm firing these projectiles to pad my atom count. I don't know. Sometimes the projectile atoms, excuse me, are... Sometimes there are... Why isn't... Oh. Sometimes there's enough atoms to hit 200 without the projectiles, and sometimes they're included in the 200 count. You never know which it's going to be, so... You always want to make sure you fire at least a few of them before you die and lose them all. Because if you play at all similarly to me, you're definitely going to die and lose them all. It's just a given. But what was that noise? I titled my stream No Rockets because I was hoping that we wouldn't get any of the rocket-themed levels tonight, not because no rockets was how many I wanted to collect. Just like there are multiple types of atoms in this game, there are multiple types of rockets in this game. I didn't consider that. I may have jinxed myself with the stream title. Oh my goodness, there is a propeller over there. I never even saw that. There's a lot of them. Oh, this is no fun. Oh, that's how we get this rocket, though. Nice. Cool. That's cool. Let's go. If that was what made you make a comment about propellers earlier, Sparrow, I don't know how you saw that. It is impossible. It is impossible to jump onto one of those switches off the back of a spider. It just cannot be done. It is not humanly possible. I want to play Mario 64. I don't want to play this anymore. This game has grown my appreciation for that game in ways I never thought possible. Why even try? Just get it over with and just jump into the ocean 17 more times. We can just restart the stage where I belong. Cool. I don't even remember doing this part before, so I don't remember successfully jumping over and around a switch like that. So I don't know where we're on our way to, or what is going on right now. Okay, that actually all might have been optional. I remember this item. This item. I remember this island. This island is trash. You and Squadron Micah, welcome in. Thank you for the bits, Micah. 125. Very kind of you. I hope you're doing well tonight. I am, I'm playing Bubsy 3D, so my life is a little rough at the moment. Sleeping off and on. What in the world hit me? Explain yourself, game. There's nothing around. There's nothing around here. These rabbits are way too far away to have been the cause of my demise. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I can't believe it. I won't believe it. I refuse. What? I don't follow. You're sick. I'm sorry to hear that. I wish you a very speedy recovery. How? How did I get over here? I guess it was a one-way trip. Guess it was a one-way trip on another spider. Awesome. Oh. This is not going my way. How many more times am I have to do this level in one night? Why is the answer all of them?
Back in time to party!
It's not Dora. I kind of wish it was right now. Dora was kind of dull at worst. At the worst of times, but Right now, I would take it over this. This game is, Bubsy is legitimately giving me a headache tonight. I'm gonna have to take an aspirin after the stream. Could be worse, could be Bubsy on Jaguar. I'd love to play that. I'd love to play it. You know, I'm not one to shy away from torture. Dora was underrated. It sure was. It sure was a few times. They weren't the most exciting games every night, but they were better than they were usually better than I thought they were going to be. Just hit the checkpoint. Nothing else matters. Just hit the checkpoint. Yeah, I've heard it's really bad. That's you know, that's the appeal. Hopefully I'll be lucky enough to play it one day. Sure wish these enemies weren't invincible, you know? It really, really annoys me that they are. And they just pretty much, you know, just have me permanently stun-locked. We don't need video games that make you feel like a Goomba when Super Mario has a star. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm playing as a Goomba against Mario with a star is what I'm playing, is what we're doing now. That's what I don't exactly know what you're saying, Buddha, because that's one of the emotes that won't display on my browser. It's a skull and a cup of coffee. That I can appreciate. How does it feel when you play something horrible to something fantastic? I don't know. Lately, I feel like I'm so bad at games, it really doesn't matter. If the game is good or bad, I'm gonna be bad at it, and it's gonna be terrible either way. That's what I'm feeling like right now. Where's this thing even taking me to? I don't trust it. I'm asking when you turned Isaac into dishware. Oh. Yeah, Isaac's gone too. He's another, I'm alone on the couch right now, you know. He's, getting in my way of my cleanup work. So he's on a little vacation for a while. But the mug's got him here in spirit. All that matters is that it's entertaining. I actually, as much as I'm complaining about this game, I actually kind of like this game. I actually like this game quite a bit. Typically speaking, these late stages are really frustrating, and I don't know. I just haven't had a lot of patience lately, I guess. So I am very much getting annoyed with this game. But it's really not as bad as it looks overall. There's a couple really bad enemies. Well, that invincible enemy that I was complaining about a little while ago is super terrible. And the camera is really bad, so it's making some of this platforming unbearable because the camera is so bad. But there's a lot of places where the game is almost really good. Like, I like the idea of platforming from island to island in the stage and activating and riding the spiders around. Like, these are all really good ideas. They're just horribly executed and sending my frustration levels through the roof. Because it feels too janky and unfair. I really think that big wall over there is breakable, and I don't think I tested it last time, and this time I couldn't test it, so that's a shame. It's a shame to feel like you know where a secret is and have no way of getting it. I can reach that platform from down there. Lots of camera spinning. The camera spinning really doesn't help when you're starting to feel like you have a headache, like I kind of do. Hey Derek, welcome in. Sounds like Final Fantasy II, Greg says. A lot of good ideas, just not done so well. How goes Bubsy 2D? This game deserves to be Bubsy 2D. Deserves to have one of its dimensions taken away for bad behavior. It's going rough tonight, Derek. It's going rough. Game's giving me a headache. I'm doing this stage for the second time right now, and it's probably not going to be the last. I'm probably going to have to restart it and do it a third time too, because my lives are running real low. And I have a very difficult platforming section ahead of me yet. Personally, I'd give it an F. That 3Ds is close enough, Buddha says.
This'll come in handy.
I feel like this game is like a C minus. On a more objective scale, this game is like a C minus. I'd probably give it like a 4.5 out of 7. On my personal scale. 4.5, 5, something like that. I'd say my feelings toward this game were somewhat positive. 4.5 out of 7 is good. I think that's a good score for this one. If it were just based on like how I feel tonight and this level, it'd get like a 2 out of 7. But taking the wider perspective of like how I felt about it overall, 4.5 out of 7. Yeah, yeah. If I were doing this game any percent, I would like it a lot more. Part of what's getting me really upset about this game is that I'm 100%ing it. Definitely.
2 points.
Yeah, my feelings about this game are positive. Very well done, Buddha. They position this enemy so I can't jump on it. Because I keep ledge grabbing. That's, ooh, that's bad. Alright, I'm gonna die, but I hit a checkpoint, so it's not the worst thing in the world. So one of the big problems with the game is the bogus camera control. I don't really know what they could have done to make that better. I mean, maybe if they gave it like Spyro's camera, where you control it with the shoulder buttons. It would have been nice to have a run button, so you like all of like Bubsy's cartoony stuff. They should have thrown all of those ideas into the trash. Like the way that he has to like gain momentum and then skid to a stop when he runs. Like all the animation ideas that they had are like all their cute ideas should have gone right into the garbage because they just make the game worse to play. Like how you can't walk off of a platform because it has to do that whole like cartoon like, oh, I walked off the edge but I don't fall until I notice it kind of thing. Like, it's disgusting. It's disgusting because like this platform that I'm riding on right now, if I want to get off this platform and go down there to the green, I can jump off the platform and be just fine. But if I walk off the edge of the platform, I'll die. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. This doesn't kill me, but to walk off and fall from a lower height would. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Oh yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. But they do that. They do that in all kinds of places. So they sacrifice the player experience for their cute little animation ideas all the time. The Bubsy series is like that in general. The developers, they make bad games because they want to sacrifice your experience to show off how clever they are. And it's not clever. Nobody's laughing. I'm not having a good time. I wish I could say that without a smile on my face. Work was busy tonight, Derek says, but we've had busier Fridays. I feel like there was a whole lot of "but you don't understand" in the design room. Alright, well, let's just see what happens. I think I'm supposed to jump to that platform. Yep. I'm supposed to jump to that platform. I can't make that jump, so it doesn't... Oh, I'm so upset. I'm so mad. We have to do everything again. We're gonna have to do this whole level all over again. Get ready. 3 lives isn't enough. You know, 20 lives wouldn't be enough, as absurd and difficult as this platforming here is. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, because I have to jump to this, and I just can't make it. Maybe a glide? Just barely. My goodness. Oh, I see the rocket. I also see there's an invisible enemy on this island. There's multiple invisible enemies on this island. Oh, great. I'm gonna die before I can get everything. There's not a checkpoint over here. Hey, we got 200 atoms. I didn't see when it happened, but it did. Victory, we're done. I still have to survive. No! Can you believe that? That awful spider had to turn around. That awful spider had to turn around just to troll me. I just scared my cat because I also yelled "No, Buddha says." Oh my goodness. Alright, doesn't matter. We already got this stuff, so we're good. We're out of here. Victory. This level's done. Put it in the... Crumple it up. Throw it in the trash. Oh. I wish it were 2 hours from now so the stream could be over. There was also a lot of "I do understand but don't care" in the development room. I usually don't play this minigame for more than a few seconds. This is the longest I've survived at this game for a while. It's a weird game because it's not really that hard to play, but it's very easy to lose, especially if you're careless and don't really try. Have you considered throwing this game in the trash? Oh. Contra intermission. It's not an awful idea. The thing, like, I like the idea of that. Like, I kind of like the idea of, like, having a channel point reward. That's kind of like a stretch break, but like a Contra break. Where, like, you know, someone could redeem it, and then we could just do a quick playthrough of Contra or something like that to de-stress and have some fun for a while. I love the idea of that, but doing the real hardware stuff, it's so annoying just to, like, it's a hassle to switch consoles. That it is enough so that it disincentivizes something like that. But especially, like, it is something that I do think would be, like, a really fun and sometimes very useful idea. But I have to switch. I have to manually switch the AV cables, and a lot of times I have to switch the power plug. It would mean for a lot of them, it would mean unplugging the console that we're currently using. So if I'm playing a game that doesn't save, I can't really, like, I can't interrupt our progress because I have to turn the console off, and then that's not a break. That's quitting the game. So, because I only have so many power outlets. And I only have so many places where those big box plugs conveniently can actually fit to plug in. So, I don't know. I only have 5 lives. We started this stage. This stage here, we started with 19. And now I'm down to 5. I'm gonna need to go back to one of the earlier stages and farm some lives. There's just no other way around it. But let's take a peek. Let's see what this stage is gonna be like at least. Hey, Skrullock, welcome in. Why are you still playing this? I've been asking myself that a lot tonight. Tonight, Tonight, this game has got me feeling bad. I can't deny it. It's another rocket stage. My wish for no rockets did not come true. is this gonna work? Am I gonna be able to farm this one up until we have 100 lives? Because I'm 100% gonna cheat and do that. Oh, we can't do that. when you quit out, it doesn't let you keep the life. They were smarter than me. Farming 100 lives seems more fun than the actual game. Alright, we gotta go back. What do the things on the level select represent? The icons under the levels? Those are rockets. That's the main collectible in the game.
So, you wanna be a video game star? For starters, grab all the items you see. There's plenty of them in each level. And if you get enough of them, you'll be in for some surprises.
Alright, so... presumably, if we just come back here to an earlier stage, I should be able to come out of this stage with more lives than I lose, since I'm now so super skilled at this game. So that's what we're gonna try and do. I've got to farm some lives.
Like a million.
Yeah, the load times are pretty rough. We're playing this on a PlayStation 2. I don't do a whole lot of emulation. Every now and then, if absolutely necessary for something I want to do,
First served.
we might be able to do a little bit, but usually it's real hardware. But yeah, I'm using a PlayStation 2. I have a PS1. It doesn't currently work. It's got a small issue where the door doesn't actually stay closed on it. So I can't really use it unless I set something heavy on top. But it's just, since the PlayStation 2 plays almost every PlayStation 1 game, it's just more convenient to use that.
A maroon convention.
Put the visual case for Bubsy 3D on top. I actually don't have a case for the game. A lot of my discs are loose. I don't have a lot of games in cases.
Now, if you lose a Bubsy, you'll start over here instead of at the beginning of the level. Ain't life grand?
Angry Video Game Nerd did that with a system once. He threw a paint can on top. Not a bad idea. It seems maybe a bit extra heavy, but maybe not if it's empty. Jaguar CD. I mean, this is pretty good. I've already gotten 4 lives. I'm undoubtedly going to lose a life or 2 in the process of doing this level. Hopefully we'll get a good bonus game. I don't know if jumping over that wall is a one-way trip, so I'm going to not do that just yet. I'm going to explore over here first. If you could ask the creators of this game any questions, what would you ask? I mean, it might be rude to it might be rude to say what I'm thinking in public. I don't know. To seriously answer the question. I don't really I don't know what I could ask them. I kind of feel like I would ask them why they left that invisible enemy that's impossible to kill. I think I would ask them, like, given how frustrating this game is to control, why did you think it was a good idea to leave an invincible enemy in the game? That enemy is not actually, literally invincible. To be clear, it can be killed, but it can only be killed by throwing an atom at it, and it's too short to hit from a distance. So you can only take it out in the very unlikely circumstance that it is charging at you after you already have an atom prepared to throw. And you get lucky that it gets within your line of sight before the atom expires. Because that's the thing about throwing them. If I want to throw this atom, if you listen, you hear that noise like it's charging up. If you hold the atom for too long, it just explodes in your face. You have to release it quickly. So, because the only way to take out those enemies is to grab an atom and throw it at them, and you can't move well enough, those enemies are functionally invincible. It's too impractical to attempt to take them out. So that I would ask that. Why did you think that was a good idea? Because it's very obviously not. Explain yourself to me. But most of what's wrong with the game most of what's wrong with the game seems more like incompetence than malice, so I can't really... I feel like, in regards to most of the game's design, they were trying their best to make something good, and they just didn't succeed. So I can't be too harsh in that regard. But that invincible enemy is pretty indefensible. I don't know how anyone got through Goonies 2 in the 80s. Pen and paper. I've never played that game. I'd ask them about their process for how the game controls and how they decide what made a good level. Then I'd ask if they ever played it. At what point did you realize this is going horribly wrong, and why did you decide to keep going? Tuesday suggests. The AVGN has a new episode about the Goonies. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of his stuff because I don't want to watch any of his content for games I haven't played, and that's a lot of what he does. So sadly, I will not be watching the Goonies episode. Game was probably forced into release before the developers were ready to be finished with it. Does seem to happen quite a bit. That kind of situation. How many atoms over there? 6? Alright, so I've missed a secret in this level. I don't know if it's still accessible. Or if it's behind a wall that I am no longer in a position to break open. We'll go back around. We'll go back and look around a little bit, though. Because if there is another secret that I can open... I think I tried to break that wall and it wouldn't break. Then, there might be some more lives hidden there. Let me go over that. That seems likely. Tank controls are an actual problem. That's just bad. I have a feeling that just like you feel things miss the mark in this game, they probably feel some lament over missing the mark they wanted as well. I mean, I would hope so. I would hope they lose sleep at night after what they've done to me. There we go. Okay, I think one of these has a really good item in it, and one of them hurts me. Never mind. Hey. Alright. Go to the bonus game. Do you think the Echo devs ever wonder about all the torment they inflicted on kids? I've heard a rumor that the creator of Echo the Dolphin laments the game being made harder for the West, particularly the final level. Someone told me that the creator of Echo was apologetic or remorseful that the final level was so difficult and so many people suffered with the Echo one. I can't confirm that that's true, but I've heard a rumor. Is the entire game circus music? The music does a couple different there's a couple different kind of weird things the music does in different levels. The music's always kind of... Well, the music's frequently a little wonky. But it's not an awful thing. Craig says I disagreed with 80% of that new episode. Love to play that game again, Greg says, but at this point emulation is the only way. I think part of being a successful developer is being okay with the idea that not everyone will like or be able to beat your game. I watched a review. The guy got to the final stage and died, and said, "That's it. Echo died trying to save his family." A true hero. the canonical ending. Fez, so much evil optional stuff. It's incredibly cryptic. Don't know that game. Oh yeah, I'm farming lives right now, Chozo. I'm redoing the first. We're gonna do it another time too. I'm redoing the first stage a bit to farm lives, and I'm getting the 200 atoms so that I can maximize the bonus game. So yeah, we're actually gonna 100% stage 1, probably just one more time. I think, you know, I think if I have 20 lives, I'll feel good about that for our last stage. Appealing to the niche. I like pointy sticks in my eye demographic, Buddha says. That's the gaming demographic that I fit into. I've never seen. I've yet to see another game drain you away like the finishing Echo, even Jump King. I don't know. Echo got pretty miserable. It's hard. See, it's hard for me to judge because some of those wounds have healed. Because, see, I automatically think of Echo a little bit more fondly than Jump King, in a way, just because I've beaten it. And because I haven't beaten and may never beat Jump King, like, it doesn't get some of the benefits that Echo gets. Because if I manage to beat a game, I look at it a lot more fondly than if it defeats me. Gonna try to go back to sleep. Try to have fun. Hey, Scrollock, thank you for stopping in. It's great to see you for a bit. I hope you sleep well, and if I don't see you again, have a wonderful weekend. Coming back to stage 1 for these lives was a great idea. Not just because I needed extra lives. I mean, it was kind of a mandatory idea to come back here because I need these extra lives really badly. But it was also great just because it's really relaxing to be able to play this stage. Like, the game is fun again for a little while now. Maybe not super exciting, since, you know, this is stuff I've already done a whole lot. And it's not particularly challenging now, but it's like, it's such a relief. It's such a relief to just be able to play the game and not suffer for a few minutes. There's something to be said about not eating off-screen projectiles every few seconds. My spirits are raising more and more with each moment I spend on this stage.
It's just too easy.
Why does it say 11 up there? Does that mean I have 11 hits? I think that's what that means, but I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how this game works. So, the thing in the upper right corner, that, like, 11 paw print, that's supposed to be your health, and I thought that it capped at 4, so to see it at 11 is really perplexing to me, because I don't know how the number goes up. I think maybe it... maybe it has to do with collecting a certain amount of atoms without taking damage. There's some mechanic wrapped up here that I don't understand. I was hoping I would see that number increase, so I could figure out how it worked. It might be something that I grabbed. Actually, I don't know. I was gonna say it might be something I grabbed out of one of those shell enemies, but those enemies just gave me more atoms. It did go up. Maybe it goes up every 20 atoms. No, it can't be. Because I had 50... Well, I had 58, but I don't know when the count started. I'm not going to see it go up again, though, because there aren't 20 atoms left on the stage now. Huh. Interesting. Well, I'm in a really good position for moving forward. Until I fall in the water. Because that's a one-hit KO. All my extra hits won't do me any good. Won't do me any good there. Oh, it's a rocket stage. It's a rocket stage. Lucky 13. You were showing up clinch-jawed like a man who's about to see the dentist. Buddha says, I think that was in reference to Echo. The game I think of as my most horrific experience now is Dr. Evil Knievel. I think the Dr. Evil Knievel playthrough in its entirety lasted for about the same length as the Echo playthrough. I wasn't stuck on one level for 21 hours, but since every level is basically the same in that game, I kind of was. But that's like, Dr. Evil Knievel is the game I point to now as my most painful experience. That's my most feared and hated game at this point. And Frownie's chances of playing Trials and enjoying it is 0% now. Alright, 26 lives is great. Now we can move on to a new level. Where I'll bleed all of these away over some bogus jump that I can't make because of bad camera angles, I'm sure. I can tell this level is going to be a fun experience because they start me off with an extra life. Uh-oh. I'm amazed those floating sticks can protect me from the mosquito's sonar. That's very surprising. How am I supposed to get over there? Why do the mosquitoes have sonar to begin with? That's just the whole experience of this game. Everything in this game is what? Why? Huh? They can sniff out someone who's had sugar from 200 miles away, 200 yards away. Mosquitoes are pretty indefensible. I don't really know what positive benefit a mosquito adds to the universe. Not even PETA would protect them. You see how that rocket I was jumping to decided to change directions when it was... I'm so frequently mistreated by this game. Ooh, I didn't even notice this platform was moving until I was already in the air. I remember seeing a technology someone was making that had an invisible laser detector. When mosquitoes would pass by, the detector would check the frequency of its wing beat, and once determining it's a mosquito, the laser would shoot them out of the sky. Something you put around your house. Seems like there are certain times of the year where that would just be going off constantly. My home would look like a symphonic rock concert all day long. Was I supposed to jump onto that platform up there? Oh, nope, nope. What? I've already been over here. Have I? No, I haven't. Okay, this is new. Never mind. What is that guy? Okay, I thought this was spinning a moment ago. That's why I thought I'd already been here. Is there something else spinning up here? No? I don't know what I thought I saw that was spinning. I have so many things I would like to say. Oh, that's the only way up there. Interesting. I'm being fired upon yet again. I don't know if you're viewing on... I don't know if you're viewing on mobile or on at a keyboard final, but if you are on mobile, I am incredibly impressed with how fast you're able to type on a touchscreen keyboard. Because like the two paragraphs that you've just given me, the two paragraphs that you've just given me would take me 3 hours to type. Oh no, we moved to a house near the water once. It was hot being summertime. My dad opened the back door for an hour. Mosquitoes almost completely covered the walls, and I spent 2 hours killing all of them. Then he wanted to open the back door again the next night. I blacked out from anger. I don't remember what happened, but he didn't open the back door. He could be using speech detect. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I feel like there would be more mistakes I feel like there would be more mistakes though, wouldn't there? I always I use text to I use speech to text when I'm texting, but I don't ever use it for any other typing. I don't use that. I hesitated saying that because I didn't want to I didn't want it to sound like a criticism, like I was trying to discourage you from chatting with me. My roommates would kill me if I used speech to text at this hour. I know I'm just, like, going to jinx myself, but I was gonna say, like, so far this level has been very linear, and, like, when it comes to one of these rocket levels, I actually don't mind. I actually don't mind the rocket parts when they're linear like this. Like, it does make for some really annoying... Oh no, I shouldn't have jumped out of that. It does make for some really annoying kind of platforming at times, but... At least I'm not confused. At least I'm mostly not confused about where to go.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Okay, I do have to come back for whatever's over there, too. Can't forget that. Oh, never mind.
Here, let me drive.
What are we heading toward? I don't understand. Does this just travel in a circle forever? So this is just to get back over there. Okay. I guess I understand. Can I make this jump? Ah! Oh my goodness. That was terrifying. Terrifying. Oh. I know there's another mosquito. I don't know where it is. Ooh, I see you. Coming for you. Alright, I'm not gonna survive much longer. What a game. What a time to be alive with this game. There's 3 extra lives up there? Beautiful. Small victory, maybe. Came across an entire stream of people dealing with the same stomach thing I'm dealing with, Final says. Streamer being a nurse. Lucky me. Want me to switch medicines, and trying this new one seems to be more effective than the last one. Oh, that is great to hear, Final. That's fantastic. I'll, metaphorically keep my fingers crossed for you. It's too hard to play the game if I do it for real.
Here, let me drive.
No! It's one essay after another. No, you're fine, you're fine. I don't mind a bit of long chat. Especially when it's, you know, kind of quiet and slow like it's been. Getting a whole lot of big paragraphs when the chat box is moving by real quick is a little inconvenient, but even then it's not really a problem, but especially at times like now it's definitely not at all. Keep both hands on the controller. Wearing a seatbelt wouldn't hurt either. I need to have a defibrillator nearby in case I go into cardiac arrest from how scary this game is. This is the exit? Wild. If I was going for an any percent playthrough, we would be out of here already. Absolutely wild. Also, I have no idea what the solution to this puzzle is, so I can't play this game yet. The exit is above my current checkpoint, too. Without the text whizzing by, we wouldn't end up with fake it till you roulette wheel. Sometimes I wish video games never existed, or that only the good ones did, Chozo says.
Get your motor running.
I think I would prefer of those two that only the good ones existed. I wouldn't want to erase all video games for the sake of getting rid of the bad ones. And you know, if we did live in a universe where only good video games existed, at least we'd still be in a universe that had Bubsy 3D. I mean, it's hard for me to say any of that because I spend more time playing trash games than anything else, but I love fancy kitchen stuff, but $80 for a wooden spoon? Ain't no way, Buddha says. What feature does a wooden spoon have to have for me to want to pay $80 for it? I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. I don't even like using wooden spoons to begin with. I understand on some level that they're probably better to use in a lot of circumstances. Yellow, green, blue, red. I'm cheating. I'm writing it down. If all video games are good, none of them would be special, Final says. So I had to look at some wooden cookware today. I was kind of shocked by how much it was. Apparently, olive wood / walnut wood is some good stuff. They wanted $80 for a single olive wood spoon. I'm reading all these comments out of order. Oh my goodness. Olive wood. Greg says, I wouldn't even get rid of the bad games. A bad game for you or me might not be a bad game for someone else. Very wise, Greg. Very true. Yellow, green, blue, red. YGBR. Yogi Bear. Wasn't all wooden cookware, thankfully. There were 5 to 6 piece set for like $20 if you look around. My grandma used to give out wooden spoons for Christmas every year. Wooden spoons are often broken in my house, usually after being hit with them. Oh no. They do make good spanking sticks. No. This game is very, very, very trolly. How have I already found the exit? I found the puzzle and solution for one of the rockets, and yet I have only collected 80 atoms. This does not add up. You guys were lucky. We had a sawed-off cutting board that they used. My brother wised up one night and wore no less than 14 pairs of underwear when it was time for spankings. My parents believed in spanking. They didn't often use a weapon. It was usually just their hand. I don't recall getting in trouble all that often as a kid. I mean, it definitely happened, but as I recall, I don't believe I required a tremendous amount of correction. Just every now and then. I think if an $80 wooden spoon got broken in that process, it'd be an instant reset and we'd start the encounter from the top, Buddha says. Oh. I use bamboo utensils for the most part in my cast iron. Alright, I don't want to leave the level, but I do want to see where this goes. I know where it goes. I use the Zelda ladle. People have beaten Breath of the Wild using that thing. I use silicone utensils. I assume they're alright. I don't know. They seem plasticky. I don't really trust plastic in cooking, but... And silicone doesn't really seem any different from plastic. I think it's supposed to be better. I'm not a chemist. I don't like wooden utensils because I get weirded out by how they get discolored over time. Then they never look clean, and I can't trust them anymore. You know what? I think I may have hit a one-way.
Keep your arms and legs inside until this ride comes to a full and complete stop.
I might be trapped in this game right now because I think I hit a one-way passage at one point and I cannot go back to the earlier parts of the stage. So I think we have to finish this stage up and I have to try it again for the other rocket and the 100%. I don't know where I could have... I don't know where I could have miscalculated, though. Or where I could have... I don't know what I could have done differently. I feel like there's nowhere that I remember a path branching off that I didn't take. They always looped back onto themselves. I mean, it doesn't really matter. If I'm stuck, I'm stuck. There's not anything I'm going to be able to do about that. But I mean, like, look at all those atoms up there. There's got to be a way to get to them. Maybe this puzzle isn't for the exit, though. Maybe this puzzle that's up ahead is for, is to open another passageway. I forget. They're not always... The puzzle isn't always for a rocket. Oh. Oh, maybe I could have kept writing that. Hang on. That probably goes somewhere useful. Never mind. We're fine. I haven't seen this one all the way to the end yet. Oh, hang on. Is it just going to end right up here? Never mind. I have. No, I didn't mean to do that. I'd be willing to use a stainless steel ladle too, but can't get away with that on the spatula. Another really weird game, not bad per se, is Small Soldiers on PlayStation 1. I remember that movie. Other than the main characters, the game has nothing to do with the movie. Alright, great. So the movie wasn't spoilers for the game. No! How in the world am I still alive? Every day is a miracle. Alright, Yogi Bear. Yellow's already hit. Green. Blue. Red. It was for a rocket. Alright, that's kind of a shame. Because, yeah, I've got to leave the stage and do it again. There's not really another choice. I didn't even get enough atoms for the bonus game either. That's bad. Seriously contemplating getting rid of a lot of my plastic containers for Pyrex, and keeping leftovers in those may be worse than cooking with them. You ever play a game genre a bunch of times and come across a new game that stops you to explain the controls and features even though you know them already, yet you can't skip them in case there's something you aren't familiar with, Final says. Well, I mean, kind of. The thing about stuff like that is, like, as much as I hate to read and be tutorialized and lectured by a game, if it gives me stuff like that, I'm gonna stop to read it all the time anyway, because I don't want to skip over content. I want to experience all the content the game is gonna present to me, even if it's content I hate. The one good thing about retro games, most of them are very intuitive. Well, I mean, usually there's like... You're more restricted in the actions available to you usually in retro games. Or at least theoretically. And like a benefit of that is that, yeah, the controls tend to be easier to figure out. Yeah, more intuitive. I say that because, like, it seems that in a lot of modern games, there's a lot more things that the player character can do, but not necessarily more things the player can do. There's a lot more actions you can watch your character perform, but not actually things that you get to actively do. Oh, but you know, talk about things I hate. Come on, Bubsy. The way momentum affects you when you jump between rockets is very difficult to... is very difficult to deal with. Why? The momentum is pushing me backward. I'm holding diagonal. I'm holding right and forward, like diagonal. I should be, if anything, I should be overshooting the rocket next to me. I don't know how I'm getting pushed so far backward. Oh my goodness. Oh, I missed one atom.
Feel like a million. Ha-cha-cha-cha.
Hey, we got the other rocket.
I think my fur got mushed.
I still have quite a few atoms to collect, but hey, we've got both the rockets. The illusion of progress has never been more easy to believe in. Cool. How long is my vision going to be messed up for? Cool. Just gave me a chance to hang out and read some of the chat. We got a lot more... Well, we got a lot more loops to make through this area for me to get all those atoms that I'm missing. There's like 3 of them, but they're... there's annoying jumps I have to make. No.
Here we go again.
See you later, Greg. Thank you for being with us tonight. Probably won't stream tomorrow, so but hopefully Sunday. So have a great weekend. If I don't see you, again. No, I was too slow. I don't know if that atom always expires there, or atom. I don't know if that rocket always expires there, or if it's just because I jump out of it. I'm gonna have to ride that one, probably to my death, just to experiment with, to see where it goes. I don't like that. You ever test or play games off stream? Not really. Final. Playing games off stream almost never happens. It's one of those things where it's like, if I have time to play something, then I have time to do it on streams, so I might as well. So I don't have to hang out alone. Every now and then on like really rare occasions, but I usually will just play stuff I've already played. Like I played through Contra a couple times off stream and Super C. I played Haunted Castle off stream. Right after we beat it for the first time, I did another playthrough of it off stream. So I like occasionally, but if I play something off stream, it's usually one of those short games that I can beat real quickly. I played some Battletoads off stream after we beat that one for the first time. I don't do anything off stream with a game I haven't beaten though. So you guys have to sit through all the practice and all the pain that I really go through.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Okay, this one I want to see what happens if I don't make the jump. I think this one just explodes. Okay, they all do that, I think. That was the only one I hadn't seen, so we're good with this area now. The director, Bubsy 3D, also directed Days Gone, a zombie game on PlayStation 4. I might have heard that title, but I don't really know the game. I've only beaten one game on stream. It was a scary game called Outlast, Final says. I like playing scary games on stream because they tend to get a rise out of me. I haven't played a lot of like scary things on the stream. I'm trying to think what we've done. We played a couple Silent Hill games. I didn't really find them to be that scary though. But that's the thing, it's very difficult to, because like when I was playing Silent Hill, like people would ask me if I thought the games were scary while I was playing them, and it's like, it's kind of hard to be like, it's kind of hard to be afraid of a game when you're playing it in a well-lit, crowded room, which is, you know, kind of what the stream is. I'm not, you know, I'm not exactly experiencing a creepy atmosphere under the conditions that, like, of the stream, so it's kind of hard to be scared. Like, I'm scared, like, you know, I get scared in games in very practical ways, like, like, I don't ever really get so much creeped out by the games I play on stream because it's not the right atmosphere, but I definitely get, like, scared that I'm gonna fail and have to repeat a whole bunch of nonsense. I get scared in that kind of way. I get scared in that kind of way all the time. So there's nothing more scary. Alright, that whole big area over there. I missed out on all of that last time. That's pretty wild. Hopefully that was enough to make up for my atom deficit. There's something else that leads its way over here, too. Interesting. Oh, Bubsy. This is a rough jump. This is a rough jump. I don't know why they made these platforms as far away as they possibly could. It's difficult to find a scary game that's rated T or below. I mean, we'll play an M-rated game on the stream sometimes. Right? I played Dark Souls. That's M-rated. Splatterhouse 2 is M-rated. Hey Jarrett, welcome in. I thought one of the Fatal Frame games were T. Yeah, those are actually games I'd like to play too. I have a few of the Fatal Frame games. I've never played one. They're things I want to do on stream. I think that could be. They look like they'll be kind of fun. Haunted Mansion is scary. Not really, but it's fun. Played that Halloween shooter game. It wasn't scary, but it was a lot of fun to watch. I play the yeah. I mean, we've played a lot of. I've played a lot of Halloween games for sure. Like spooky games. Like we played Monster House. We played Castleween. We played. We've done a lot of like, you know, like spooky themed games, but like not a whole lot of like actual like horror games. First Fatal Frame is so difficult. Medieval would be a good one to do. I would like to play that. I've never played it before. I think I have, if my PSP still works, I think I have the first Medieval on my PSP. So that might be, I should get that out and make sure the battery hasn't exploded. I have two PSPs, but one of them doesn't work because the battery exploded. Medieval 1 is such an amazing game. Welcome in. Is that MH Nurse? Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Welcome to Bubsy 3D. The scariest horror game. Before I mess with these enemies, I'm going to try and rush to that checkpoint. A lot of games that have scared me aren't exclusively horror games, like Minecraft. Just having a villager sneak up the side, to the side of me in Resident Evil 4, which is primarily focused on action. Resident Evil 4 is a game I'd like to do on the stream. Oh, you know what, Zergling? You wrote that before, and I have to say I didn't piece together why you were saying that. Bubsy 3D, Bubsy OCD. Okay. Because I can't stop collecting things. I didn't think of the 3D part. That's what I missed. That comment makes more sense now. Medieval remake on PlayStation 4 wasn't bad. I think it was a heartfelt remake from people. They had people from the first game guiding them, if I remember correctly. I didn't know that they had remade that game. If you played Resident Evil 4 and Fatal Frame this October, I could consider my life fulfilled. We'll see. I might do one of them this October. I don't know about both. I don't know how big those games are, so we'll have to see. You did play the scariest game that's teen rated, the Austin Powers games. That we did. How do you feel about Wizards and Warriors? We played that on the stream. That's the only playthrough I've ever done was on the stream. I like Wizards and Warriors. It's not a good game, but it's very lenient, so you can brute force your way through it pretty easily. I like the style of Wizards and Warriors. I like the vibe of the game. but it's not great. It's really janky and messy. But it's so lenient that I can't really be upset with it. Iron Sword, on the other hand, Iron Sword is all the jank of Wizards and Warriors with a brutal limited continue system. I can't beat Iron Sword. Maybe someday. I'll have to give it another try someday, but it's so difficult. Go through the continuous playthrough. Not at all. No, that's when you're safe from that, Zergling. I'm never gonna try to 1cc Wizards and Warriors. The game is way too janky. The game is way too janky. It's beyond my ability to master the jank of that game. So you're safe. A new Nightmare Creatures would be sick if done right. It seems like it would check all the Frownie boxes to be a mainstay. I really enjoyed my playthrough of it. I don't know, I don't know that it's a game that I don't really know that I need to ever play through again. Because I don't know what else it has to offer me, because I don't see myself ever getting better at it. But I did enjoy it and think fondly of it. I mean, we could walk through it again someday just to do it, because it is a charming game. But I'm not going to be in a rush. I'm not going to be in a rush for it.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
It's one where I'd probably just prefer to watch someone else play through it at this point, since I've already been through it. I could just enjoy experiencing it secondhand. So this rocket over here on the right leads us into a circle. I don't remember if there are no atoms associated with this rocket. Okay. So riding in it was actually unnecessary. How's Arthur doing? Pretty well, pretty well. Just, he's just kind of plugging along like the rest of us. I've been thinking about... I've thought about making a little area down here in the game room so that he could come down here and hang out with me at night. I don't know... It would take a while because he would need to get used to the idea of, like, just kind of hanging out and being calm and not being the center of attention. But that might be something that happens. It wouldn't really... The thing is, it wouldn't really affect... Like, we couldn't do, like, a dog cam or anything like that on the stream. My computer is not sophisticated enough for that. So, like, I've thought about... I want to put together a space for him to hang out down here, but it's not gonna... It's not gonna mean that he gets to show up on the stream or anything like that. He's too big. He's a big boy now. He's like, I think he's like 40 pounds. But yeah, there's not really much, like, you know, going on with him. It's every day's kind of the same, so there's not a whole lot to report. We're hoping to get to take him with us, like, out to the parks, probably soon, because it's starting to get a bit warmer. We've got a couple, like, really nice parks in our area, so we want to make time to, like, go out for, like, little hikes and stuff through the parks, and it'd be nice to take him along with us. Get him some quality outdoor time, because he's been cooped up a lot with it being winter and whatnot.
Get your motor running.
Nine 192. I'd like to think I've got a better chance of getting like a 1 credit clear through Ghosts and Goblins than I ever would of Wizard and Warriors, though I might be lying to myself. It would be an absolute dream come true to do a 1 credit clear, or even better, a deathless run through Ghosts and Goblins. I would love to do that, but it's so hard. It would take so much practice. I have to dedicate all my time to it. I mean, I can't even get Splatterhouse 2 lately, and that's a much easier game. Getting these last couple things is costing me a lot of lives. You feel like all the music for this game is demos? Music on this stage has a very strong, like, elevator. It's got a very strong elevator vibe to it. Oh my goodness. The question becomes, is the challenge harder that you are stubborn? Because I'm not so sure it's a fair fight. I don't know. I'm biting off more than I can chew with the difficult stuff lately. Like, I mean, like the Bubsy 3, like the 100% in this game, like I said, like will you be quiet, Bubsy? Hang on a moment. Let me reset my audio. And I'm gonna slice the VOD here real quick.